Hi, everybody. This is Kristen from A Voice and a View. And today's healing lesson is called Transformation. And through this process of healing, going inside yourself to heal what you haven't healed, mainly from your childhood wounds, and through meditation, through quiet time and finding alone time, and spending time with God and finding yourself, you're going to go through this transformation. And just like a butterfly starts out in a cocoon, it's all nice and cozy in there and everything is comfy, not challenging. You're used to it. You're used to no change. But when you go through this process, you eventually come out of that cocoon and transform into a butterfly. And everything is different about you. And people won't recognize you. Your personality is going to change. Your likes and dislikes are going to change. The people around you are going to see you as changed, and you might not resonate with them anymore. There's going to be so much change in your life, you're not going to recognize yourself. And a lot of that is because you are shedding the layers that I've talked about in the past, the onion layers that accumulate on your body from trauma. And every time a layer comes off, every time you heal through this process, you become lighter and lighter, internally and externally. You're probably going to lose weight without even trying, because your diet will change. You'll resonate more with salads and, healthier food. Not always. I go back and forth. You may not want to eat meat anymore. But you'll probably lose weight. And you'll notice too that a lot of your addictions will fall away. And you won't even realize what's going on, because a lot of the anxiety within yourself will disappear. And you'll find yourself in more of a peace place. A peace that you can't explain, that's inside of yourself, that you never had before. And it's a gradual process, but you will eventually get there. And it will come to a point where everything is going on outside of you and around you, in your internal world and your external world. And no matter what is going on, you still find that peace place. You still feel at peace. So all of those addictions that you used to have, and like I said, guys, I still go through this as well. But I've lost a lot of them. And I found myself not drinking like I used to. I didn't have the urge to drink. And I do once in a great while. I have a drink, but usually it's one, maybe two, but it's rare. But a lot of those addictions that you have, you try to medicate your wounds. When you're stressed out, when you've got anxiety, when you're nervous, you drink or eat like I used to. Emotional eater, that's what I used to be. But there's so many different addictions that you could have accumulated over the years. But you'll start to realize that a lot of those addictions will disappear. And you won't even be trying. It'll just be something that falls away from you, that you don't resonate with anymore. And like I said, it's because you're not trying to medicate how you feel inside about yourself. The more wounds you heal, the more wounds disappear. And it's like a faded memory. There's, it's still there, but it doesn't affect you like it used to. It's kind of like a file that you put away in your filing cabinet, and it's just a faded memory. And it's still a part of you, but it doesn't control you. Okay? But so many transformations you'll go through in this process. You're gonna look different. Like I said, you're gonna lose weight. You might change your hair color or cut it shorter. You're gonna look different. I mean, if you guys could see my pictures, oh my gosh, I don't even recognize myself. I was a lot heavier. I just look different in so many ways. And I started wearing makeup again, which, gosh, I didn't do for years. I was so tired all the time. I just didn't care. I'd throw my hair up in a bun, walk around, no makeup, go everywhere. I just didn't care. And now it's something I do every day. Because I didn't take care of myself for years. And now it's something I do, not for anybody else, but it's for myself, because I lost all those years of respecting myself. Okay. And not to say that you have to wear makeup to respect yourself. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying in my personal experience, it's something that I do to make myself feel good about myself, because I didn't like myself for so many years. Okay. For a lot of my life. But, there's going to be a lot of people in your life that won't resonate with you anymore. You're not going to want to hear the same old stories that you used to. It's not going to be the same. Not to say those people won't be in your life anymore, but a lot of times people will fall away because they are still on that unhealed frequency. And they're still going to want to do the same things they used to, to medicate themselves. And you'll just be in a different place. You'll probably find new friends. You might want to find a different job. You might find out that you have passions that you never knew you had. And take a class at a college or whatever. Mine was planting anything I could plant. And for years, I did not want anything to do with it. I mean, I killed a cactus one time. That's pretty hard to do. And all of a sudden, I just wanted to grow everything. And I just found the beauty in everything and never took pictures in my life. I mean, yeah, I took general pictures, but they were always sideways, or it just never turned out right. And one day I just started going down for the sunrise and started taking pictures, and it became a habit. And all of a sudden I'm buying a camera, and I found this new passion. But before, I couldn't take a picture for the life of me, They always turned out bad, but all of a sudden I was finding things that I was good at. And I went through my whole life without finding anything that I enjoyed doing as a passion, as a hobby. And now there's so many things that I like to do. And I don't always get to do them, but now I have this excitement back in my life and wanting to try so many different things and see the beauty in everything and see everything in detail like I didn't before. Everything is transformed. And it's because I'm seeing things on a higher frequency, on a higher God frequency. And God will do this in your life. He will show you the gifts that you have that you never really knew you had. He will lead you in different directions to meet new people or put you in situations that will help you grow and find abundance. And that could be in so many different ways. Abundance could be anything. Doesn't have to be money. But when you transform yourself with this process, you start moving upward on a higher frequency, and you can start seeing things around you more clear. And the blur is no longer there. It's no longer like a day-to-day fog, doing the same things over and over and over again. All of a sudden it becomes like everything is new. Everything is exciting and changed and fresh. And you become that way too. Not just things going on around you, but you as a human being. And if you look at those words, human being, okay, hue, part of the definition is light, is called light. Hue can be light. Hue, man, light being. Okay, we are light beings. We are divine beings under God. And I've also mentioned that we are a percentage of the sun. Okay, percentage of the sun. Because the sun is the source of all things. It's the light that keeps us all alive. Creator, source, energy. We are all energy. We are all a percentage of the sun under God. And everything is energy. And the more you transform yourself from the inside out, you're going to start realizing your world is changing. Not just inside of you, not just on the outside of you, but also in your outside world. Everything will change, and you will look at everything differently. And you're not going to be anxious and depressed and angry and struggling. Because when you're in the lower chakras, that's what that world is. The root chakra, the sacral chakra, okay? Those chakras, you can develop addictions and some not good addictions. But you move upward with the solar plexus chakra, moving upward into the heart chakra. You've got your throat chakra, your, oh my gosh, I got to think for a second here. Third eye chakra and your crown chakra. There's 7 chakras, okay? And they all represent different things. And they're represented as different colors as well. The more you study them, the more you learn how to balance them out. Do all these different things. Meditate, healing work, prayer, affirmations. You're going to start moving up in frequency. And everything is going to change around you, and your world is going to transform. Just like that butterfly that started out in a cocoon and turn into a butterfly. It is a slow process, but a needed process. And everybody has free will, whether they want to do it or not. But in this ascension process that I'm explaining, some people are not going to want to heal. Some people are going to want to stay where they're at and won't believe this process and will think it's ridiculous. And, you're always going to have the opposite. But they're not going to experience the beautiful world that you will. They're not going to see on your frequency and experience miracle moments like you will. Because the higher you go and transform, you're going to experience those things. Just like I did. And just like many others that have gone through this process. But I'm here to help you heal and understand that the Bible is an ascension guide. It's not to be taken in the literal form. You've been lied to about that. The Bible is real, but it's been manipulated over ages of time. And also look into the 7 seals in the Bible. 7 seals, 7 chakras. And you will also notice that the 7th chakra, your crown chakra, 7 seals in the Bible, it mentions heaven, which is Christ consciousness, which is, you get onto that high frequency and you're going to be amazed at how you feel, what you can see, for those with the eyes to see and the ears to hear. But I want you to look into that, because once you understand this process and what the chakras entail, and start healing and doing the healing work and the shadow work that you can look up on YouTube, you're gonna start going through the chakras, and your life is gonna it's gonna be so different and magical. I mean, it's not easy. I'm not saying that. It's going to be hard at first. You're going to have emotions like crazy, roller coaster ride. But once you get to a certain level and you lose all of that trauma, you're going to start accumulating positive energy and getting rid of the darkness within yourself. And everything is going to look different. And you're going to find so much happiness there. You're going to find beauty in everything. You're going to see from different eyes and hear with different ears, because you're going to have gifts that come online that you never knew you had. And you're going to be able to communicate with the natural world and things going on around you. You're going to see. Transformation is no joke. And what a ride. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to add. When you're going through this process, you're going to find out how strong you are. How strong you are, not just physically, but in every way. And that you can handle so much more than you thought you ever could. And it's because you're working with God frequency. And God is giving you abilities. It's an amazing experience. And I hope you take this experience and take off with it. Because it's not easy, but it's so worth it. And I hope this transformation process will help you heal in so many ways and to see your life transform in front of your eyes. And it's going to make all the difference in your world. Okay, guys, that's it for today. And this is A Voice and a View. Peace, love, and light. Love you all. Bye.